Hey everybody, this is Rycard here again, back with another black and white Pokemon upgrade. Today, we're going to be discussing a nice boost that Regice gets in this generation, which comes in the form of its Dreamworld ability. So let's get started. So first off, if you don't know already, Regice is one of the legendary Pokemon from Generation 3 or the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald games, and it sports a Mono Ice typing, which by many is considered to be one of the worst mono typings in the world, but Regice can actually make it work because of the fact that it has some pretty high defenses, but we'll get to that in a second. As for its abilities though, originally it only got Clear Body, which in itself is a great ability because it makes it so that your opponent can never increase or lower your stats, which is really great because a lot of times Pokemon may use Swagger or something like that. You won't actually get the attack increase, you'll just get the confusion, so you won't actually do any more damage to yourself in that sense. And also if they get like a stat drop or something, or there's Intimidate out in the field, Clear Body will prevent those kinds of things from occurring, which is great. It doesn't prevent your own stat drops though, by the way, which some people seem to think is the case, but it's not. But in the Dreamworld, Regice gets the ability known as Ice Body, which is an amazing ability to use if you're going to be using Regice on a Hail team. And because of this ability, it's actually an incredibly awesome Pokemon to use now on Hail teams because of the fact that, as I said before, it has high defenses. And now those defenses are 100 for physical defense, 200 for special defense, and then a nice 80 HP to round it off. So without even putting any EVs in your special defense, you still have a ridiculously high stat there. So most of the time you're going to be just maxing out your physical defense and your HP, and thus being able to take hits from both the physical and special side fairly well. Now, what this Ice Body ability does is that it acts essentially as like a second leftovers when there's hail on the field. So basically, if you have leftovers with a Regice and Hail Body, if there's hail out, you'll actually be recovering an eighth of your health at the end of every turn, which is really great because when combined with moves like Protect and Substitute, you can stall out with Regice for a very long time. And obviously, because of its defenses, this is very capable, or it's very capable of doing this. So with that, let's take a look at the set that I have for this video. So in this set, we're first going to give Regice a Bold Nature to increase its physical defense but lower its physical attack. And then we are going to be using the ability Ice Body since we're going to be using this Regice on a Hail team and thus allow it to recover even more HP at the end of every turn because of Ice Body's effect under Hail. But for the EVs, we're going to put 252 into HP to give you your max HP, 252 into your physical defense to give you your max physical defense possible, and then 4 into special defense just for one more point into that stat, which will obviously allow you to take a special hit 1 point better than you would have previously, or something to that effect. I'm just guessing. But for the item, we are going to be using leftovers, which will be obviously used in combination with Ice Body to allow you to continue to recover a lot of HP at the end of every turn when there's hail on the field. I sound repetitive, don't I? But for the moves, the first one we're going to be using is either going to be Blizzard or a new move in this generation known as Ice Breath. Now, Blizzard under Hail has 100% accuracy, and with Regice being an Ice type, it gets Stab, so it will be a very powerful Ice type move to use. However, it does suffer from low PP because you can only max it out to 8, so that is something kind of discouraging with this move, but it's still possible to deal out some heavy hits with Regice using this move. Obviously, Ice Beam is another alternate. But also, you could make use of the new move known as Ice Breath, which is a new TM in this generation that Ice Pokemon can learn, and what it does is it always lands a critical hit. Now, only having 40 base power, this move really isn't that great, but because you're going to be getting a crit every single time, it has 80 base power, which is still less than that of Ice Beam, but if your opponent has set up defensively on the special side, since Ice Breath is a special move, you will actually completely ignore those special defense boosts because of the fact that you're getting a critical hit every single time you use this move, which is really great and can definitely allow Regice to be potentially a stall breaking Pokemon to an extent if you could use Ice Breath on something that's trying to set up defensively and then like stall out your team or whatever it's trying to do. I don't know. But Ice Breath is, in my opinion, the better alternative to Ice Beam or Blizzard because of the fact that it always lands a critical hit. But for the next move, we're either going to be using Charge Beam or Toxic. Now, Charge Beam is obviously an electric move that has a 70% chance to increase your special attack by 1 stage, which is really great on this set because we're running pretty much max defense. So always having a extra attack boost, special attack boost, for that matter, is a great asset or something that Regice could really benefit from. And if you're using Blizzard or Ice Beam, I suggest using Charge Beam as your second option, whereas if you're using the Ice Breath move, I suggest you use Toxic as your second move, so that you can not only stall out other things with Toxic, but also prevent them from stalling you out if they're setting up defensively, as I said before. But basically, Toxic is there to obviously allow your opponent to take increasing damage at the end of every turn, which is great because of the fact that with Ice Body and Leftovers working for you, you'll be able to survive for a long time in battle while your opponent is slowly being decreased in their HP because of Toxic and things like that. But with this stalling side, I guess you could say, we're going to be making use of Substitute and Protect to allow you to stall out toxic turns even more, or just allow you to just recover HP whenever you want to. And basically, Substitute and Protect working in combination with each other gives you pretty much free ability to just keep using these moves back and forth with one another. Because of Ice Body and Leftovers recovering 1/8 of your health at the end of every turn under Hail, you can make a sub, then Protect on the next turn, and you basically just got all the HP back you made the sub with. So that's pretty much the idea behind this, and it's kind of actually it's really similar to the Stall Ryan set that a lot of people use, but since Regice has better defenses than Wall Ryan does all around, at least in my opinion, it could actually make a better Hail Staller than Wall Ryan in this generation, which is really great and something that I could see Regice doing a lot. And also, it's nice to know that some Pokemon did get some nice boosts under Hail when you see, the Doryuzus and things like that running around on Sandstorm teams and things like that. But Ice Body Regice is something that's a really great addition to Hail teams this generation, and I definitely see it being a lot more used because of that on those kinds of things. But that is it for this video, guys, so take care and goodbye.